What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and today we'll be talking about Towns' defense, where he doesn't have the best reputation. The Wolves are ranked 26th in defensive efficiency, and if we look at Towns' on-off defensive numbers from the past 2 years, it's not good. Last season, the Wolves were 5.4 points per possession worse defensively when Towns was on the floor, and this year the Wolves are 6.1 points per possession worse with Towns on the floor, stats courtesy of cleaningtheglass.com. So it's clear Towns plays a part in their poor defense, so let's get to it. Let's start with pick and roll defense, where Towns is solid. This is one of his better areas of defense, as he has quick feet, so when he contains in the pick and roll, he can come high and contain the ball well, so here he slides with Kemba and forces the pass out. He takes sound angles for the most part, and containing like this is an advantage he has over most centers. Towns isn't the strongest player, so what Kemba does here is he lowers his shoulder into Towns on the drive, and that does create some separation for Kemba, but great job by Towns for staying with the play and getting the block. Towns does commit his fair share of mental mistakes, and here's one. Adams comes and sets the ball screen for Westbrook to go to his left, but Towns comes to contain as if Westbrook was going to his right. He's on the wrong side, out of position, and ends up fouling Westbrook for the and one. As we watch this play again, notice that Adams and Westbrook don't do anything clever. Towns just flat out misreads the play late in a close game. He definitely loses his focus at times. Here when Payton drives along the baseline, Towns seems to forget that they're right under the basket, relaxes a bit, and Payton sneaks in the layup. Towns does a decent job of containing in the pick and roll, but when he's asked to come out higher, despite his quick feet, he doesn't do as good of a job as you would think. Here the coverage is for him to quickly show high, but he's too far from his man as he should be attached to his man, and this becomes important as when he goes to show, he's late. He should already be there at the yellow circle, slowing the ball handler down. Instead, Felton can turn the corner. This is an example of the Pistons performing it correctly. Tolliver is attached to his man, quickly shows, and then recovers. There are also times where I'm just not sure what pick and roll coverage he's trying to perform, which is never a good thing. So here it seems like he may be trying to contain. He just overextends himself and creates too much body contact, allowing Fournier to drive around him, but at the same time he may have been trying to trap it. Again, hard to say because I don't know what Thibs wants for this specific set, but again the Magic run this dribble handoff play, and Towns does the same thing. He comes a bit too aggressively out top and creates body contact and fouls. Let's talk about his rim protection, and the biggest thing with him is he just goes for too many blocks. So on this play, Taj Gibson is in great position in front of his man, and Towns will go for the block, which he doesn't get, and now he's not a factor on the boards, leaving only Jimmy Butler to box out Dwight Howard. To me, it's pretty amazing that he only averages 1.4 blocks per game, considering the amount of blocks he goes for. And again, he goes for the block, doesn't get it, and Aldridge would have had a great chance at the putback if the shot missed. And most of the time he goes to block the shot, he doesn't seem to alter the shot. Not sure if the Wolves want him to try to block every shot, but generally it's not the best defensive strategy for a center. Here he jumps for the block, and it's smart because Tyus Jones gets beat, and now Green has a layup, but Towns comes over, jumps, and completely alters the shot. The other aspect of his rim protection I don't like is that he doesn't use verticality. Here with Aaron Gordon coming at him, it's a great opportunity to jump straight up, use verticality, take contact, but instead he lets Gordon slide by him. Again, this is a chance for him to use verticality, but instead he seems to avoid the contact, letting the offensive player slide by. Maybe he doesn't want to take the contact to the chest. Anyways, he's fortunate Grant misses the layup. This is a high quality example of verticality. So Vucevic is not really in position and has to face an explosive finisher, Wiggins, at the basket, but he goes straight up, takes the contact, and makes that shot tougher. It's weird, he seems to be overly physical at times, but won't take contact defending at the rim, and we remember the bumps he gave Fournier, and this time against Zeller, he gives him a slight bump where it wasn't necessary, and it gives up the and one. Outside of the contact, my summary of this video is that he has quick feet in the pick and roll, and that helps a lot, but he has mental lapses and seems to lack proper fundamentals. So you pretty much watched half of a video. I usually don't cut videos into two parts, but I felt it was necessary here. And I'll be talking about post defense, defensive rebounding, perimeter defense, and Towns' best moments in terms of defense, where he played a good defensive game against OKC. And if you were wondering why in the rim protection section I didn't include some of his better blocks, it's because I'm saving it for the best moments. So part 2 will come out in a day or two, so stay tuned for that. And also, I have a new podcast out. It's not new, it came out a week ago, but this is my first video since then. So link in the description or on the podcast search on iTunes, you can search Coach Daniel. And on the podcast, I talked about the Bucks, Pistons, and offensive X's and O's with Nick Scaria, the same Nick who has done videos on this channel before, and it was a good conversation, so check it out, and I'll see you in a few days to talk about Towns' defense. Thanks for watching.